2 dual trained and 1 drug.
Motion on training.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Oh, go ahead. Terry's got the second.
Yeah.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Next page, you'll see the meetings I attended. We had National Night Out, which is a huge success. The numbers were way up for that. This weekend is the Rusk County Fair. If you got time, they're looking for some volunteers at the gate and the food if you guys, anybody's interested. I guess that takes us to our bills.
Any questions on the bills?
So is it, on the overtime too, is that gonna start going down, or you got full staff, or?
We're still 3 short, upstairs, 3. We were 4, but then we got 1 starting the 16th, we're still 3 short.
So they got everything done for Patrick.
Yeah, he's in, the academy started Monday. We got everything done that needed to be done, so that's good. His first FTO is
The 26th.
26th. He'll start his FTO with us. Questions on the bills?
So few.
Yeah, the family restaurant's still doing well.
Still doing the meals, yes.
And their satisfaction is there.
Yeah. We only ever had one infant complain about it.
Yeah. They complain about a free lunch.
There aren't any questions, is there a motion on the bills? No, good, second, any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Bring our budget. Any questions there?
This is just wages.
Well, a couple things went down, most of them stayed the same or went down. Only one I see is fuel went up. That's due to the price of fuel going up, I guess.
Looks like it's gonna go up more.
Yeah.
361 I saw in Brookfield.
I was surprised, time I got gas once and the next time it was almost 18-cent jump there. There's more down there too.
On uniforms, like the one guy that quit after, what's his name, Rusk?
Yeah.
Okay, we furnished him with equipment, right, or uniforms, what happens to those then? They get recycled back in?
Yeah, we store all the uniforms and then when somebody hires somebody, we try and fit them with
Okay.
something.
'Cause I tried turning stuff into the ambulance, and I don't want that, I want new.
Yeah. No,
We try to reuse what we can.
yes,
So
and
it's
like the
part of
duty belt,
interview process and
the duty belt and that kind of stuff, that's all goes back and
So you don't have a uniform for you, you get hired,
Right.
Wrong size.
grow into it. Any other questions? Not much, there's a lot of zeros.
I think it's amazing that the finance is actually higher than yours request.
Some of them, yeah.
jail equipment repairs is $500,
Where's that for repairs?
The equipment is just, if we need,
Flashlights?
yeah, jail equipment.
okay.
Maybe a holster for a taser or something.
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Is there hope that the uniform cost is gonna go down? There's be less, people involved?
I don't know why that would go down. Because per contract, it's so much per employees. Change that.
Will we be getting another one like next month after
Yeah, we can bring it back.
when you do finance?
The proposed by finance column right now is just what Sky and I have gone over without the committee, so.
Right.
After I meet with you.
Yeah, give us this whole breakdown.
Yep.
Mhm.
We'll bring it back next month too.
The other tabs are, like our DNR stuff, which
They're
does
all,
not have a
nothing
levy.
changing in the
Yeah.
so. If you wanna see them, we'll bring them up, otherwise, 15 of them.
Yeah.
If you wanna see them all, but there's not really changes.
I'm good till we see what happens to finance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, discussion of possible motions. Bill will be in just a second to give you an update on, squad bid. We have a net motion contract renewal. We can, is that in here?
Yeah. For the year.
What about your current year's budget?
Oh, what?
Your current year's budget,
It's anywhere that it looks like we're going to be, where we'll be reimbursed with that LEA grant that we talked about the first part of this year. The final submission date for that was July 30th. And we're just waiting for the money.
if everything's on.
So the net motion contract is, $12,704 change. Just, approval on that.
Brief description, one sentence, what it is.
That's internet
It's
for our
Spellman,
laptops.
tracks, everything that we as a department need to use. It's not something new,
Yeah,
it's just a
that's
renewal.
why I'm asking for a refresher.
Yeah,
Very good one. Motion.
Second. It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Miranda's got the information on the next two grants.
The alert law enforcement grant, without going in as if I'm going to apply for it, I don't really know the details of it. We just got an email that this alert grant is coming out, a brief description, just basically looks like we can spend it on whatever we want, but we still need approval from want you guys to apply for it, so.
What is there an amount?
I have no idea. When I clicked the link to go into it, it wants me to apply, and I was instructed not to do it until we got into the approval, so.
Make a motion to apply for money.
That's a tough one, huh?
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All in
Let us
favor?
know next month then, or whenever you finally get
Yeah,
it.
today I'll probably start working on it, so.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
You wanna tell them about the PSAP grant? We kind of already have discussed this, it just is on here for
Sure.
official that we've applied for the PSAP grant with, the GIS land con
Conservation.
people to upgrade everything for our.
That's some new money, right, in the budget, state budget,
Yes.
Yes,
Mhm.
or additional money, whatever.
Is that the one that had a?
The money they just printed.
that's the one that we talked to you on.
Yeah, it came up in a deadline, so we
Yep.
applied. I gave me okay to apply,
Yep.
so we.
So what we applied for is to replace our current call handling software. So our basically our 911 phone system. We'll replace that if we get it. And then if we do, we have to add emergency medical dispatch to everybody. So everybody will have to be certified in emergency medical dispatch within 3 years.
I think that's a good thing.
I agree, yeah.
How much is this grant?
250.
250,000.
Yeah, we are asking for 250,000, but it's
There were
like
millions
millions of
available.
dollars available.
Our portion, I think, was 250, and then I think the land conservation guys were, it was like 40,000, I think.
Mhm.
They're asking for software or something.
Just get the motion and approval.
Got a motion?
I don't know if we need a motion since. it was-
Yeah, we do.
Phil,
Oh,
wait.
okay.
He's gotta bring it back to the full board to
Okay.
give it permission.
So is there a second?
Second.
We like covering your point.
Got a motion and a second?
Yeah, we talked about it.
Well, Ashley was twisting my arm.
Yeah, but I don't have.
No, that's fine.
But there is another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just learned about one yesterday, Motorola put out.
Motorola grant that we got not enough information to come forward.
Right.
So we got a motion and a second on, PSAP. Seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
You're gonna see where Phil got
Now, the next meeting date, I'm going to be gone. Not at the meeting.
We can change the date.
So I'm gonna be gone from the 5th to the 15th. And then the next week, Monday, Tuesday are the counties association meeting. So we'd be looking at.
We hear from Dan.
I mean, if Dan can make it, you'd still have a quorum easy enough for the whole.
Didn't hear anything.
No,
I thought he was standing out there earlier.
No,
I might have been wrong on this, but I thought it was.
Well, we still have a quorum of 3 here.
3, yeah, you'd still have a quorum.
Food on the budget.
So, yeah. It's a standard setup without
Right.
changing
Wasn't
it.
there a problem there?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I had actually penciled it in already. So about 8 o'clock?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll just leave it.
Keep it on the 13th.
The 13th, right?
Yep.
I'll be thinking of you as I'm sitting in the hot tub.
You will.
Yeah, right.
He's on his way.
The only way you'll be thinking about it is by laughing.
Well, I'll have to keep the time distance
Oh, okay.
in mind. I don't think I'll call in.
Where are you gonna be?
We're.
Iceland.
Wow.
For our 50th wedding anniversary, we're going, there was a trip we wanted to, I didn't wanna go in the summer, so September.
Where?
Iceland.
I think I might talk over spot these days.
Yeah, well, it's ecological stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was having an intense conversation in the office.
About who's deer stand.
I was eating a donut.
One
Just an update on the squads.
Oh, okay. So, historically, what we have done is I will get bids for squad cars in October and November. We get approved to buy them in December. I order them the first week of January. That's what's happened for years and years and years. Last year, and I always get bids from two places, Ewald, which is a really large fleet dealer, and Toyson, because they're local. And we like to buy squads local. Even though Don Johnson has bought Toyson, still gonna get bids from them. Because we never bought squads from the Ladysmith Toyson, because they're a Chevy dealer. We always buy them from the Bloomer dealership that's Ford. So I'm still getting bids from them. The problem with getting bids, not every dealership is a fleet dealership, which means they can't give you a state bid. So there's very few that give you state bids. I've reached out to several over the years, Cadott, some places in Rice Lake, Barron, and either they A, don't get back to me, or B, they're not a fleet dealer. So I know there's this 3 bid kind of rule. I've gotten bids from 2 places for the last several years. Anyways, what happened last year was Ewald emailed me in the very first part of September saying, hey, just a heads up, we got notified by Ford that there's a 2-day ordering window only for, remember that?
Yep.
So they emailed me saying, hey, you have tomorrow or the next day to get your orders in for squad cars. And I was like, shoot. We don't have approval, we don't have anything, but if we don't order these squads, we're not gonna get any squads. And then the next year, we're gonna have to order 6 or 7, which isn't gonna be.
We're talking about like today or tomorrow?
This is last year.
Oh, last year,
This is
okay.
last
It
year.
was a struggle last year getting cars.
So, Jeff and I sat down, talked about it, and we're like, all right, we're gonna break the rules, and we gotta order at least 2 of them. So that's what we did. I don't want that to happen this year. So we talked about last year, if that happened, I gotta get bids sooner. So I emailed both Toyson and Ewald a week or 2 ago. They both got back to me. They can't give me bids yet because the manufacturers haven't put the prices out yet. So we brought this to property last week. Want to bring it to you guys. If this happens again, I hope it doesn't. We're gonna have to act on it in a day or 2.
Talking with the sheriffs last week at the sheriff's conference, is that it's gonna happen again this year, is there's gonna be a 1 or 2 day window to order vehicles. And it could come mid-August to September, so that's gonna happen again the way it sounds.
So this year, we have to buy 3 patrol vehicles and 1 investigator vehicle. We're on this 5-year rotation now. Used to be 4 years, but we agreed 2 years ago, I think. The county wanted us to go to a 5-year rotation. We didn't want to. We said, okay, fine. We'll go to a 5-year rotation. There's gonna be 25 to 45,000 more miles on each squad, because we're keeping them for a year longer. But okay, we'll work with you. That's fine. 2 Ford Explorers, 1 patrol pickup truck for Deputy Zelke, and 1 investigator pickup truck. So personnel also talked about at our meeting last week that they would like, property, that they would like us to continue to get pickup trucks. They actually asked us if we could get more pickup trucks, but we don't really want a lot of pickup trucks for patrol, because when we're on township roads and county roads, they can't whip U-turns. They have to do Y-turns or 4-point turns. And there's not enough storage really in pickup trucks for like the SWAT guys, the K9 guys, all that kind of stuff.
Did they have a reason why?
Yeah, because we're repurposing squad cars now to highway, to forestry, to APHS maintenance.
You go into, they want pickups.
Yeah, and they also want, so Deputy Zelke has a 1/2 ton pickup truck, they'd like me to get a bid for a 3/4 ton. Because when he's done using that, forestry and maintenance, the 1/2 ton pickup trucks don't do them a whole lot of good. So those are the 4 squads we're up to buy this year. We just wanted to bring it to your guys' attention that if this happens again, this is why.
Do we have all 4 of them in the budget, lowest budget?
We don't need to put those in the sheriff
Oh,
budget because
okay.
they're in the fleet, so.
Yeah.
Just for curiosity, has there been any tracking of, maintenance with the going to the 5-year?
So-
I mean, is it cost effective?
So 2 of our 5-year-old vehicles this year have had to be towed from the deputies' houses because they broke down.
And that's
One was
what
one's transmission.
Yeah, transmission was one that had actually get towed off of Highway 8 while he was working, so he was without a squad car. And Gronsky's patrol truck had to get towed from his house last week. Starter and alternator. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just wondering the cost effectiveness of like, keeping the 5-year rotation rather than going back to a 4-year rotation.
and we didn't want it,
No.
but we kind of said, alright, we'll meet you in the middle. This is what the county board wants. If this is something that you guys are super set on and dead set on it, we'll go to 5 years. Do we want to? No, but, okay.
Well, this is the first year, so keep track of what happens to vehicles in the 5th year, you know, somewhere down the road.
You know, and again, at the conference, our first day of conference is a round table. It's just sheriffs only, we can talk about whatever we want. And vehicles is a huge one, and so it was asked, how often do most of them? A majority of them doesn't have a yearly, at 100,000 miles, it comes off of them, that's how they do it. Whether it's 2 years old or 7 years old, at 100,000 miles, that's what comes off. That's how a lot of them do it, some do it on a rotation period, but
That 100,000, does that sort of keep a pretty constant rotation then?
yeah, I would.
The car sort of averages out at about the same.
I'd say, but you know, like, let's say your car is pushing 80,000, now we would order it, so hopefully by the time you hit 100, that it's here.
We put patrol puts 30 to 40,000 miles on a year. The sheriff, myself, investigators were less because we aren't patrolling 200-300 miles every day. So we put lower miles, but then we also, when we get rid of our vehicles after 5 years, we're able to give the county a lot nicer vehicles. So we just got rid of a Durango, which was an investigator's vehicle, and it was the 3-row. That was given to HHS, and they really like that vehicle because it has the 3 rows, and they transport kids a lot. And when you're transporting 3, 4, 5 kids, that vehicle works perfect for them. So,
And that's kind of my discussion is whether it's a 4-year or 5-year, you know, we're buying these cars at a state bid, which you're not gonna buy any other car for the county at a state bid. And even if we run 4 years or 5 years, the county's getting another 4 or 5 years out of it. So you're getting this Explorer that we buy 39,000 for, and you're getting 10 years out of it as a county. So I'm not understanding why we have to run our emergency vehicles longer than they need to. You know, that's kind of my discussion on that, because the county's using the vehicle anyhow, and if not, they're getting decent money for, if they go to the auction. You know, we usually average about 8,000 to 9,000.
well, yeah, I just sold, I had a 2016 Charger, and that wasn't real conducive to any other department in the county. But when we sold it, I think I got $14,000 or $16,000 out at auction. So I only paid 26 for it. And it was 6 years old.
So,
What I make a motion is your request, this property and the fleet already know that's what you're looking for at this
Yeah.
point, so it's not gonna be a surprise?
No.
Okay, I'll make a motion as needed to request 4 vehicles. Fit it into your system however it works.
yeah, and so we can get bids and order them if we need to at that point. Like I said,
Sort of a generic.
if that happens, that 1 or 2 day thing,
Yep.
we can do that, but I hope it don't.
And you're gonna leave it at 5 years, right?
Well, I think that's a discussion that they could have as it goes on.
Yeah, I mean,
We have to leave it at 5 years as of now because it was voted on by the county board,
It's a
2 years ago.
Okay.
But it'll be something that they could look at again.
Yeah.
If it's not
Yeah,
going to be,
definitely not.
if we get the next
Just seven.
year or 2 years and that 5th year is costing us a lot more in maintenance, then
That's why I'm suggesting keeping track of that.
It's not even maintenance, I mean, they had to get towed, they wouldn't run. They were broke down on the side of the road. It's not even like, hey, my squad's making a noise, I'm gonna get it into the shop.
we have that situation too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emergency call.
Poison, I think, is
Other than that, that's all I got.
they're on a 911 call.
And then, the vehicle stops.
is there a second on the motion to purchase the vehicle?
I second it.
Or the vehicle?
Take good bids.
Second.
Approve request of 4 vehicles to give bids in order as needed is how I have it.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Yeah. Because my Wi-Fi works at home, I have tons to do today.
It still's not working.
Are you gonna be at the next meeting?
You have to be at 1.
At 1.
No. 11:30.
Next meeting,
Nine.
nine.
The jail meeting.
Ad hoc construction.
Yeah, that's at 11:30, but our jail meeting.
But they've got another meeting at 9.
Oh,
I'm triaging my tasks that need to get completed today.
Okay, that's fine.
The internet's still down.
Yeah, our MDCs don't work, dispatch is down. And I obviously can't work without computers. Unfortunately. 15 years ago, we'd be already learned about computers,
yeah,
not anymore.
not anymore.
Complete the agenda, is there a motion to adjourn?